Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Crazy. The female emperor's disciple wants to live with me. Chapter 11. Teacher, let's carry him to the house we live in together. Master must stop the bleeding now, or he will die. Lu Chang'e said. Lu Chang'e was afraid of trouble. But if you watch the other party die. Lu Chang'e thinks this kind of thing is not very good. He knew that he could save the other party, but he didn't. Lu Chang'e felt that it was more damn it than killing each other with his own hands. Yes, master. Chang Zan nodded. Then the two of them carried the youth in green to the room together. After being carried to the room, Lu Chang'e began to carefully examine the boy's body. But it doesn't matter if you don't check. After checking where the boy's back is, Lu Chang'e was stunned. At this moment, I saw a long slit on the back of the young man in green clothes. The bones inside are all feeling less. This is being dug up. What kind of hatred is this? It's too vicious. This guy can live to this day, his life is really tough. Lu Chang'e couldn't help but be surprised. At this moment, Lu Chang'e was in awe of the young man in green clothes. It is a miracle that he is still alive after being dug out of his spine. The ghost knows how long this young man has been chased by those guys. Teacher, quickly bring those medicinal herbs collected for the teacher. Lu Chang'e said. Lu Chang'e felt that if it stopped bleeding, this boy has to go to see Lord King Yama. Yes, master. Chang Zan nodded. Then he brought over some herbs that Lu Chang'e had picked on the mountain. Although Lu Chang'e knows nothing about medical science, but Lu Chang'e in the previous life still knew some fur. So Lu Chang'e quickly crushed the herbs, started to apply it to the young man's wound. Ding! It is detected that the host has successfully stopped the bleeding for the Son of Destiny, and the host will be rewarded with a copy of the Great Perfection Level Acupuncture and Moxibustion Compendium of Pharmacy. Ding! It is detected that the host successfully stopped the bleeding for the Son of Destiny, save the life of the Son of Destiny, and reward the host with a box of silver needles. After stopping the boy's bleeding wound, a systemic voice came from Lu Chang'e's mind. What's the matter? I'm hallucinating, Lu Chang'e asked suspiciously after hearing the system's voice. Lu Chang'e remembered. When I just awakened this system, the system was inextricable. What else is going on? The young man in green lying in front of him is the Son of Destiny. Real or fake? Ding! Report the host. The host has no hallucinations. The system replied. Hiss, I really can't think of it. I saved a Son of Destiny in a daze. I'm the only one who dares to be a waste. Lu Chang'e said a little uncomfortable. This King. Lu Chang'e really wanted to curse. At the same time, what Lu Chang'e did not expect was that he would be rewarded so generously for stopping the bleeding of the Son of Destiny. This system is really powerful. Lu Chang'e checked it out. Lu Chang'e discovered that there is indeed a box of silver needles in the system space. And Lu Chang'e has a lot of strange knowledge in his mind. Some of this knowledge is what position is easy to get pregnant. Some knowledge is what posture is most comfortable for the other party. How some knowledge can save people. This system really didn't lie to me. When Lu Chang'e got the reward and looked at the boy in front of him again, the knowledge of how to save the boy quickly appeared in Lu Chang'e's mind. Next, Lu Chang'e took out the silver needle from the system space. Started to treat teenagers, although Lu Chang'e is the first time to use this legendary silver needle. But it's not easy to use. When each silver needle is inserted into the acupoint, the angle is just right. Chang Zan watched this scene from the side and was shocked again. His master deserves to be a peerless master. The proficiency of this technique is simply admirable. Even Chang Zan began to have a bad idea in his heart. That is how much I hope that the youth in Xingyi lying under the master at the moment is himself. Puff. After all, the silver needles of Lu Chang'e are inserted. Soon, the boy in white spit out a mouthful of blood that looked very thick. Well, it's almost there now. The blood stasis has come out, and the injury in his body has also eased a lot, but he is seriously injured and needs to take care of it slowly. Lu Chang'e couldn't help but concluded. Then she said to Chang Zan, who was a little fascinated by Lu Chang'e, Teacher, now you are all right, you can go to cultivation. The sword that Master cut out today contains many different peerless sword techniques. I hope you can learn a little from it. Lu Chang'e, this is pure nonsense. God King contains countless sword techniques. In fact, that sword is just a very pure demon slayer sword technique. But if you let him teach something else, neither will Liu Chang'e. So I can only let my apprentice go to the epiphany. Yes, master. Chang Zan nodded, then walked towards the backyard where the wood is chopped. Soon, Chang Zan came to the backyard. Then he took out his own iron sword and started cultivation. At the same time, the sword that Liu Chang'e cut today appeared in his mind. Master is not only handsome, but even his sword is so attractive. But Shizan, your sword technique is really Tai-Zan wonderful, I always see it in the fog. Chang Zan cannot help but feel a little uncomfortable. When her master cut out that sword today, she didn't miss the slightest detail. But honestly, in Chang Zan's eyes, obviously it's just an ordinary sword. But the power of the master's cut is infinite. When Chang Zan thought so, another picture suddenly appeared in Chang Zan's mind. That was the scene that he saw when he entered his master's room this morning. Daddy told me when I was a child that there are differences between men and women. Or all men like Shizan, with a very strange bug. Because of this strange bug, walking is different from that of women. It should be this, so walking is a little different from girls. What if I took a bite? Chang Zan couldn't help thinking. Chang Zan, you can't think about it, and how can you be jealous of Shizan's body? Shizan is like recreating your parents. Chang Zan doesn't allow you to think about it. When these strange thoughts appeared in her mind, Chang Zan shook her head. Then try to be united. Stop thinking about the bugs I saw this morning. Begin to enter the cultivation state. When Chang Zan started cultivating, Liu Chang'e was there. Liu Chang'e is taking care of the youth in green in front of him. From the introduction of the system, Liu Chang'e knew that this guy was still a son of destiny. Therefore, Liu Chang'e has already made plans in his mind. Wait for this boy. Just accept this guy as an apprentice. The urination of my dog forced system is that only when the apprentice becomes stronger can he become stronger. Really depressing. Time passed slowly. After half a day. The youth in green slowly opened his eyes. But when you open your eyes, the teenager in green found himself lying on a soft bed. And this room gave a very warm feeling to the young man in Xingyi. I'm not dead, the youth in green clothes wondered. And what made the youth in Xingyi feel incredible was that it seemed that his whole body was no longer in pain. But the youth in green clearly remembered that he was hunted down by the cultivators of his family. Then didn't he finally fall at the feet of a senior? Are you awake? Just when the youth in green clothes was a little confused, a magnetic voice came. The teenage boy turned to his side. It is to see a handsome face that is enough to turn all living beings upside down. Although the youth in green clothes has heard others say that he is handsome before. But the youth in green clothes felt that he was handsome compared to the face in front of him. That's simply ignorance. Handsome. Simply too handsome. Handsome and inhuman. Even when he saw a man, he felt that his heart was shaking. As you can imagine, if this is seen by a woman, it doesn't have to get wet on the spot. Greater than, senior, is it you who saved me? The youth in green slowly sat up from the bed. Then he spoke. There was awe and admiration in his tone. That's right, your injury is completely healed now, you can go home. Liu Chang'e said. Although the young man in front of him was regarded by the system as the son of destiny. But Liu Chang'e would never lick. Instead, the image of the master Liu Chang'e must be full of force. There is no way. Now I only have one sword technique. In case this guy is going to stay and study, then you have to fool yourself. Therefore, the image of an expert cannot be lost. This is something Liu Chang'e has to keep in mind at all times. Senior, please don't drive me away. I'm homeless now, I'm a crippled person now, woohoo. Hearing that Liu Chang'e was about to drive him away, the boy couldn't help feeling anxious. Well, let me ask you, what's the matter with you? Why are those people chasing you, and are your bones missing? Liu Chang'e asked. Liu Chang'e couldn't understand. What kind of hatred? It was going to dig out the bones of this young man in green clothes. Hear Liu Chang'e's questioning. The bones of the youth in green were pinched and banged. Then began to talk about his own tragic experience. Senior, my name is Shi Rishan. I am a disciple of the Shi family, the largest family in Shicheng. I was born with supreme bones, and I should have a bright future. And I'm afraid to tell anyone about my supreme bone. But just a few days ago, my family found out that I had supreme bones. The son of the patriarch, she took a liking to my supreme bones. The patriarch dug up my supreme bones and gave them to him. Son, and, even worse, to hide evidence of sin. They're going to kill me. In order to survive, I escaped and came here in a daze. Fortunately, I was rescued by the senior. Shi Rishin said about his own experience. Hiss. Here's Shi Rishin's story. Liu Chengge couldn't help but gasped. This is so f***ing cruel. Abruptly cut the back and dug out the supreme bone. How painful it was for this young man. Liu Chengge really dare not imagine. Senior, don't drive me away. If I go out now, I'll definitely die. I'll stay here and serve senior for the rest of my life. Pour water and warm the bed for the senior to serve tea. As long as the senior takes me in, I will do anything. Woo, Shi Rishin said with a cry. Rishin, remember, men don't cry when they cry. As men, we can't be soft even when the sky falls. We must be hard and stand up. Only when you are extremely hard can you face any hardship. Only if you are extremely hard, can you break through all the obstacles in front of you, and pass through the layers of obstacles, and you will be another village. If you are soft, let alone a teacher, even women will look down on you. This world is inherently cruel. The weaker you are, the more people will look down on you. Ahem, there's no need for that bed warmer. Liu Chengge said involuntarily. Liu Chengge felt that only a woman's warm bed was warm. The man's warm bed was a little uncomfortable when he fell asleep. Senior, I understand. Senior, are you willing to let me stay? Hearing Liu Chengge reasoning to himself, Shi Rishin wiped away his own tears and said excitedly. What Liu Chengge said just now has benefited Shi Rishin a lot. Well, since you want to stay, I will accept you as an apprentice, and you will be the second apprentice of the master from now on. Liu Chengge said with his hands behind his back. Liu Chengge at the moment, dressed in white as snow. Plus that handsome face. It is simply the reincarnation of the immortal emperor. Give Shi Rishin an indescribable elegance. Teacher Shi Rishin pays respect to master. Shi Rishin said excitedly. Then he knelt down in front of Liu Chengge. Well, get up. Liu Chengge nodded. Liu Chengge now expresses no panic. This is the son of destiny. It will definitely be extraordinary after that. What is son of luck? That is undoubtedly the guy with great luck. The achievements of son of luck will definitely not be weak in the future. Master, I have my supreme bone dug out now, can I still cultivate? Shi Rishin asked weakly. Who said no? You were born with supreme bones, which only means that your starting point is higher than others, and your hardware is better than others. But you have to remember, disciple, that a person's real achievement is obtained through hard work and diligence. Liu Chengge said foolishly. However, what Liu Chengge said also has some truth. Just like some girls look small when they are teenagers. But after you develop it, they will quickly become the first sister of the wave world. So innate is of course important. But the development of the day after tomorrow is also very important. This is all a truth. Good master, I have to say, Liu Chengge's words full of force and chicken soup are very useful to Shi Rishin. At this moment, Shi Rishin is full of confidence in future cultivation. Okay, I'll take you to see your senior sister first, Liu Chengge said. Shi Rishin nodded. Soon, the two of them came to the place where the back mountain was chopping firewood. At this moment, Cheng Zan is working hard to cultivate. Cheng Zan was surrounded by sword chi. It looks cool. Sweat profusely. Have to say, Cheng Zan is very attentive and hardworking in cultivation. Teacher, take a rest, Liu Chengge said. Hear the words of your master. Cheng Zan stopped cultivating, immediately ran over. Master, why are you here? Cheng Zan said happily. I'll take a look at my apprentice, can't I? Apprentice, this is your second junior brother Rishin. Rishin, I have seen your senior sister. Liu Chengge said. I have seen senior sister Rishin. Shi Rishin hurriedly saluted. Congratulations, junior brother Rishin. Cheng Zan also saluted. Okay, you've all met. Rishin, we're going to arrange your cultivation next. Do you like your sister's cultivation sword technique? Liu Chengge asked. Now Liu Chengge has mastered a sword technique. If you want him to teach anything else, he won't. Master, I used to cultivate saber technique, so I still want a cultivation knife. Shi Rishin said truthfully. Saber technique. Liu Chengge's mouth twitched. This apprentice. It's really disrespectful. If King don't understand saber technique. Oh, well then, come with me. Liu Changge said. Then Liu Changge brought Shi Rishan to a flat ground. Rishan, I will teach you the peerless saber technique next, but before teaching saber technique, the teacher needs to ask you a question. Liu Changge said. Master, you ask. Shi Rishan nodded. You told the teacher, what is the purpose of your cultivation? Liu Changge asked with his hands behind his back. Go back to the master. I want revenge. I want to make the people of the Shi family who took my supreme bone pay the price. I want to trample them all under my feet. Shi Rishan said after thinking about it. When Shi Rishan mentioned revenge, the whole person was full of murderous energy. It's like a person has changed. Rishan, I understand your thoughts for the teacher, but you can't do it like this. You have to remember that revenge is just a small hurdle in your life. The ultimate goal of your cultivation is to protect yourself. Protect your loved ones, protect the world. A sage surnamed Liu once said that we are born as human beings, and emotions are the most terrifying enemy in your life. You must learn to control your own emotions. The saber technique of being a teacher is very mysterious. If you only think about revenge, then you can't understand the saber technique of being a teacher. Learn to let go and forget about hatred. Liu Changge said nonsense. Thank you for your teacher's teaching, my disciple remembers it. Shi Rishan nodded. I'm very happy that you can become a teacher. Next, I will teach you the peerless saber technique. You must be optimistic, Liu Changge said with a very solemn expression. Hearing that his master was going to teach the peerless saber technique, Shi Rishan's eyes widened. He looked at Liu Changge with a stern look on his face. Shi Rishan knew that his master should be a master of the world hidden in Xiaoyao sect. That saber technique is definitely unparalleled. It can be seen from the sword technique cultivated by Cheng Zan. Rishan, give me your knife. Liu Changge said. Here, master. Shi Rishan hurriedly handed his own sword to Liu Changge. Liu Changge took the knife calmly. Although the knife is heavy. Heavier than the sword in Cheng Zan's hand. But at the moment, Liu Changge is a cultivation practitioner. There is no embarrassment like the first time I took the sword. Teacher, you can be optimistic. There is a characteristic of apprentices and apprentices, that is, they will never teach their apprentices a second time. Liu Changge reminded. Good master. Shi Rishan's eyes widened so much. For fear of missing any detail of his master. You must know that your master is a peerless master. Every detail on saber technique is very important. Under Shi Rishan's gaze, Liu Changge holds the treasured sword. Then a knife mark was drawn directly on the ground. Tutor, can you understand this knife? Just when Shi Rishan was a little puzzled, suddenly, Liu Changge's magnetic voice rang out. I can see this knife clearly. Master, what's the situation? Hearing his master ask himself, the second monk Shi Rishan was puzzled. Just grab a knife and make a mark on the ground. Just ask yourself, this knife can be seen clearly. I don't understand anything. Can't this knife mark be drawn with a hand? Master, I can draw thousands of lines a day with such knife marks. Looking at Shi Rishan's confused look, Liu Changge expressed his relief. Liu Changge had to sigh. Own flickering technology is still possible. Teacher, don't look at the simple knife marks on this knife. In fact, it contains many peerless saber techniques of the master. You must know that the simplest things in this world are often the most difficult, and the master should teach you. Everything has already been taught, and the next step is to see your epiphany. Remember, you can't understand everything. When you don't understand, you have to calm down and think more. It's not okay to cultivate without thinking. Master left first. If you have any questions, you can ask Master to ask. After Liu Changge finished speaking, he left gracefully. Only a back figure and Shi Rishan, who was messed up in the wind, were left behind. Shi Rishan is suspicious of life at this moment. That's it. That's it. The peerless saber technique taught to him by the master. This, Shi Rishan said that there are 10,000 black question marks flashing in his heart. Shizan shouldn't be lying to me, right? I really can't see anything. Shi Rishan's whole person was very bad. Master is so handsome, and he can teach a good disciple like senior sister. You will never lie to me, Shi Rishan, how can you think of master so much? Shi Rishan, you must not be discouraged, you bear a deep hatred, you want revenge, you want to kill all those who dug out your supreme bones. Shi Rishin couldn't help shaking his head and vowed fiercely in his heart. Then he looked at the knife marks drawn by Lu Chang'e in front of him. This knife mark is ugly. Crooked. Shi Rishin felt that even a 3-year-old child carved with a knife would look better than this. Master told me to be calm and united, and I just said that the simplest things in this world are the hardest. Isn't the implication of the master's words the simple way? Shi Rishin couldn't help thinking. Then lotus position sat down and started meditation. Slowly, a figure appeared in Shi Rishin's mind. This figure is dressed in white. A pair of eyes seems to reflect the sun and moon stars. The scent is unparalleled, standing proudly under the stars. There is no knife in his hand, but with a wave of his master. Suddenly, a 10,000-meter-long sword glow appeared in the void. When this sword light is cut off, the whole world paled. Void shatters, star dimmed, all the worlds are trembling. It turns out that, Master, I understand, you told me in this way that the real peerless saber technique does not have any complicated routines, as long as it is fast and accurate, one knife can smash the heavens and the world. Master, your old man is really well-intentioned. Master should already know that if you teach me the real saber technique, I can't comprehend it at all, so I use this method to let me comprehend saber technique. I suddenly found out that the saber technique I learned before was really just a sleight of hand, and it's not very elegant at all. After figuring out this situation, Shi Rishin's mind and spirit became one. Slowly, around Shi Rishin, there are countless knife lights diffused out. In the end, the knife light became more and more intense. More and more intense. ... At the same time, Lu Chang'e went back to the stone table in his house. Pick up a cup of tea and drink it. Chang Zan can comprehend the peerless sword technique from the roots I cut down. I wonder if Shi Rishin can insight through saber technique. It's embarrassing, I'm so rubbish. Lu Chang'e couldn't help thinking. Just when Lu Chang'e thought like this, a system voice came from Lu Chang'e's mind. Ding, it is detected that the host's apprentice Shi Rishin has comprehended the peerless saber technique, 9 swords, and the host will be rewarded with the peerless saber technique at the Zochin level. Ding, I detected that the host received a very high evaluation in the heart of the apprentice Shi Rishin, and obtained a holy weapon, a sword. Ding, it is detected that the host's apprentice Chang Zan has realized the peerless sword technique, Chang sword technique, and the host will be rewarded with the great perfection grade sword technique, Chang sword technique. Ding, it is detected that the prestige of the host in the mind of the apprentice Chang Zan has increased to a higher level, and the host will be rewarded. Hear a series of ding-ding and reward sounds from the system. Lu Chang'e was stunned. This Shi Rishin really realized the peerless saber technique from a knife mark one casually carved. This is too powerful. As expected of the legendary Son of Luck, Mei Di is very good. After being shocked for a while, Lu Chang'e couldn't help but feel relieved. At this moment, Lu Chang'e has a conclusion about accepting apprentices, that is, own apprentices must be able to make up their minds. An apprentice who can't make up his mind is not a good apprentice. At the same time, Lu Chang'e also understood. The 3 people where the entire Xiaoyao sect is now. Except for him being a waste, the other 2 are the proud sons of heaven. At this moment, Lu Chang'e has some serious doubts, is he the protagonist? Why can't the protagonist do anything? It's embarrassing to think about. Shi Rishin is here. After he realized the peerless saber technique, Jinghong Juji, he restrained the sword light on his body. Shi Rishin let out a long sigh of relief. A bright smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. At this moment, Shi Rishin finally understood that Master did not deceive him. It was Master who taught him a peerless saber technique, Jinghong Juji, in a way he had never seen before. Master, I have realized that, with Master's peerless cultivation base, if I use saber technique here, I will definitely not be able to learn it, so Master used this method to let me understand saber technique. Master, your old man is really well-intentioned, Master, thank you. But fortunately, I did not live up to Master's expectations. Shi Rishin said with a bit of happiness in his heart. Then Shi Rishin stood up from the spot. I'm going to tell my master to go. But at this moment, Chang Zan came over with a smile like a spring breeze. Meet senior sister Rishin. Shi Rishin saluted. Junior brother Rishin, have you realized saber technique? Chang Zan asked. Don't hide it from senior sister, I did realize a peerless saber technique just now, and I was about to go back and tell Master. Shi Rishin said happily. Congratulations, junior brother, but I want to tell you that you have realized the peerless saber technique, and it is estimated that the Master already knows it. Chang Zan smiled. Really? Is our Master so powerful? Shi Rishin said in disbelief when he heard Chang Zan say this. His Master is not here at all. It stands to reason that it is impossible for Master to know. Hehe, it seems that you still don't understand the horror of the Master. Let me tell you, it is estimated that the whole world is under the control of the Master. Our Master may be an immortal emperor who came to the world. He came to the world specially. Experience life, Chang Zan said seriously. Hiss, is our Master so terrifying? Then let's go to see the Master. If everything is really under the Master's control, then I am willing to be a cow and a horse for the old Master for the rest of my life. Shi Rishin could not help but speak. Junior brother, you will find out later, let's go. We went to see the old Master. Chang Zan nodded. Then the two came towards the courtyard where Lu Changge was. Not much time. The two came to the courtyard. Lu Changge was bored. At the moment one is counting the stars. My apprentice Chang Zan pays respect to Master. Teacher visits Master every day. Chang Zan and Shi Rishin both saluted. Not bad, Chang Zan, you just realized the peerless sword technique, Long River sword technique, and you have realized the peerless saber technique, Jinghongju Zan, saber technique every day. The time for you two to comprehend is longer than Master expected. Be quick, I am very pleased for the teacher. Lu Changge said lightly. It looks like it's all in the palm of your hand. As everyone knows, the saber technique and sword technique that these two apprentices have learned are all told by the system. But coercion must be coerced. It's cool for a while. Pretend every day to be cool every day. Chang Zan has long been surprised by Lu Changge's words. In Chang Zan's heart, her Master is the sun and moon on that day. In this world, there is no such thing as Master own. And Shi Rishin was the first to see such a situation. Therefore, after hearing Lu Changge's words, Shi Rishin was shocked. Shocked and didn't know what to say. His Master is really amazing. What the sister said was right. Master is really the reincarnation of the immortal emperor. With such a peerless Master here, my revenge can definitely be avenged. Mother, father, one day, I will kill those wicked people with my own hands. Shi Rishin squeezed his fists. When I was deprived of the supreme bone that day and hunted down, my mother and father would have stopped me with their lives. He may be dead now. Therefore, this hatred, he will not forget. What are you doing? Sit down, Lu Changge said as he watched the thoughts of the two apprentices fly. Yes, Master. Chang Zan and Shi Rishin both reacted from shock. Then he sat down obediently at Lu Changge's starting position. In view of your excellent performance, Master will tell you a story as a reward. Lu Changge said after thinking for a while. Wow, that's great. Chang Zan was the first to applaud when she heard that Lu Changge was going to tell a story. Next, Lu Changge explained the story of Heavenly Emperor to Chang Zan and Shi Rishin. Huang Heavenly Emperor, born in the royal branch. Natural supreme bone. Talent is unparalleled, but genius is envied. This supreme bone was dug up by the mother of Shi Yi, the clan brother of Heavenly Emperor Shi Hao. Then passed on to his own son Shi Yi. Because Shi Hao was deprived of his supreme bone at that time, his life was dying. Woo woo. When he heard this, Shi Rishin burst into tears. Because at this moment, the protagonist in the story that Lu Changge is telling seems to be very similar to himself. The tortuous fate, the despair after the supreme bone was dug out, Shi Rishin was the most touching. Rishin, why are you crying? Don't cry, don't cry. Seeing Shi Rishin crying like a tearful man, Lu Changge comforted. Master, what happened to this senior Shi Hao? Shi Rishin was particularly curious about Shi Hao's ending. After being deprived of Supreme's bones, Shi Hao's parents couldn't bear Shi Hao's death, so they secretly saved Shi Hao's life, but Shi Hao was definitely not tolerated in this royal family, so his parents didn't know it. The situation secretly sent Shi Hao out of the royal family. Then I was fostered in a small village called Shikyun. But what no one thought was that after Shi Hao was fostered in Stone Village, he came into contact with cultivation and began to walk out of Stone Village, toward the great wilderness, rushing out of the 3,000 Dao prefectures, across the 9 heavens 10 lands, and shuttled through all the dangerous places in the foreign land. Sacred land, and then went through the Lehi with Sanzang and other burials, the dikes in the original imperial capital, the war on the frontiers, the control of Anlin, the loss of the beauty, the enemy Kanchion, the battle of the immortal domain, the battle of darkness, the end of the world, the immortal ascension emperor. The final ending is perfect. Master, I understand, you are trying to tell me that no matter how desperate life is, you must have a heart that will not be succumbed to reality, just like the cultivation saber technique, your heart is pure and your heart is one, then your saber technique will be invincible. Shi Rishin said involuntarily. Filled with gratitude, Lu Changge was helpless. I'm just simply telling a story. But I didn't expect that Shi Rishin could be so brainy. Just a brainstorm, but that's fine. It's good to be able to figure it out. After all, on his side, it is impossible to be strong without brain supplement. Master, I understand it too. Chang Zan said involuntarily. What did you realize? Lu Changge really had the urge to spit out a mouthful of old blood. This Shi Rishin realized, Lu Changge felt excusable. Because the first half of Shi Hao's life had a special resemblance to Shi Rishin. But what kind of ghost did Chang Zan realize? Master, Shi Hao has been dug up the supreme bone, and he still works so hard, and as a healthy person, I think I should work harder, or one day my junior brother will surpass me. Chang Zan said with emotion. Yes, it's good to have this kind of awareness. Lu Changge was more and more pleasing to the eyes of these 2 little apprentices. I have to say that the 2 apprentices are very powerful. Master, tell us another story. Chang Zan couldn't help begging. Chang Zan felt that a story was really too few. And the words and deeds of the master either contain the avenue of life, or contains a philosophy of life. Benefit them endlessly. Okay, let me tell you one more story. Looking at the eager expressions of the 2 apprentices, Lu Changge said helplessly. Then he told the 2 apprentices the story of the cowherd and the weaver girl. The 2 apprentices were mesmerized. As a teenage girl who has just begun to fall in love. Those beautiful and sad love stories are more able to tease people's hearts. When Lu Changge was telling stories to his 2 apprentices. At this moment, in the depths of the 100,000 mountains near Xiaoyao sect. A beautiful girl wearing a white dress, her skin as smooth as fat, and a handsome face was running fast. At this moment, the girl was dripping with sweat. Sweat soaked the white dress. But the girl had no intention of stopping. Of course, if you look closely, there is still a little difference between this girl and a normal girl. That was on the butt of the girl in the white dress. Has a long white tail. But this tail not only did not reduce the appearance of this girl. On the contrary, it can arouse men's desire to conquer. Just think, there is a girl with a white fluffy tail, if you take off her white dress. Then grabbed her fluffy cat tail. Greater than, then come after. Thinking about that picture can make one's blood surging. I can't wait to make this wish come true now. And behind this girl, there is a group of cultivators who are chasing after them frantically. Each of these cultivators has a very thick big tail. And long pig-faced monkey gills. What an ugly word. Bai Zichi, haha, you can't run away today, and I'll catch you later, I'll take you 10,000 times, 10,000 times. One of the cultivators who were chasing led a young man with a lewd the color smiled. Pig Chong, my 9-tailed civet clan and your pig emperor clan do not violate the river water, aren't you afraid of the revenge of our 9-tailed civet clan? The girl in the white skirt said coldly. The girl in the white skirt's voice was clearly cold. But maybe the sound is too good. The cruel words he said actually aroused the desire to catch the girl in the white skirt. Retaliation. Do you think it's possible? I caught you today, and I'll kill you 10,000 times, 10,000 times, and then kill you and bury you here. Who would know that I killed the princess of the 9-tailed civet clan? Ha ha, the young man named Pig Chong laughed loudly. The sound is extremely obscene. You, shameless. Hearing Zhu Chong say this, Bai Zichi was really about to go crazy with anger. Hey, I advise you to be obedient, don't run away. Maybe my heart softens, and I can save your life after I feel better, otherwise I will really kill you first and then kill you. Zhu Chong Leng sound. You're shameless. Bai Zichi was really angry when she heard the words of Zhu Chong's not wanting face. But Bai Zichi had nothing to do. This time he was targeted by Pig Chong, and she was unlucky. Bai Zichi also knew that this pig vault was cruel and ruthless. If you do catch her, that might really make her 10,000 times, 10,000 times. No, I can't die in the hands of this bastard. Bai Zichi squeezed her pink fist firmly, with a solemn expression on her face. The next moment, Bai Zichi used her strength to suckle, her speed turned into a phantom, and she began to leap forward. Hey, Bai Zichi, you've angered your grandfather and me. Not only will I want to make you 10,000 times today, but I'll make them slap you 10,000 times after I'm finished. Daddy wants to see where you can escape. Seeing Bai Zichi running forward, Zhu Chong's voice was extremely cold. Follow me. With the pig dome's words falling, Zhu Chong took the other cultivators and quickly chased after Bai Zichi. Bai Zichi was in despair at the moment. They are a family of 9-tailed civet cats. There is a very scary feature. That is to wait until it is truly transformed into a human form before it can be truly powerful. And now, she currently only has 3 tails. That strength is not the opponent of Pig Chong at all. Bai Zichi is really broken. I can't die, I shoulder the great responsibility of revitalizing the 9-tailed civet clan, and I must live. Seeing that Zhu Chong and the others were about to catch up with him, Bai Zichi couldn't help but said ruthlessly. Then the whole humanoid instantly turned into a civet. After turning into a white kitten, Bai Zichi's speed was much faster. Meow. The white pawn made a civet meow. The whole body turned into a white shadow and rushed forward quickly. But Zhu Chong and others' cultivation base is much higher than Bai Zichi. So the speed is not weaker than Bai Zichi. Just like this, a white cat figure fled forward. And a dozen figures behind him quickly chased after him. This scene can be described as very exciting. Call out. Seeing that he was about to catch up with Bai Zichi, Zhu Chong directly drew his bow and shot arrows. With a thud, an arrow was shot out. Shish. Feeling a powerful killing intent, Bai Zichi's face changed greatly. Hastily jumped to the side. But the speed of this arrow is too fast. Bai Zichi still hadn't completely escaped. Scarred by arrows on the back. Blood splattered. Moment. Bai Zichi's body, which was as white as snowflakes, was stained with blood. Meow. Bai Zichi grinned in pain. Just when Bai Zichi was stunned. Now, the group of people led by Zhu Chong had already surrounded Bai Zichi on 3 sides. It's over, am I really going to die at the hands of this guy today? Bai Zichi looked unwilling. Bai Zichi's heart was desperate. She came into this world not long ago. If it hangs like this is not reconciled to any meow. When Bai Zichi was sad, tears flashed out of her eyes. Even Bai Zichi had an idea in his heart, that is, even if he died, he wouldn't let Pig Chong defile him. The princess of her dignified 9-tailed civet, if defiled by a pig. That Bai Zichi felt that even if she died, she would not rest her mind. However, just when Bai Zichi was so desperate, Bai Zichi raised her teary eyes to take a look. Suddenly see. In this barren hills, there is a dilapidated sect. On the door of this sect, the 3 words Xiaoyao sect are written. It doesn't matter, escape to this sect first. Bai Zichi's mind quickly revolved. Meow. Then Bai Zichi made a cry. Jump in shape. It is to enter this Xiaoyao sect. Hey, Bai Zichi, where do you run to? You can't escape today. Zhu Chong glanced at the dilapidated sect plaque and snorted coldly. Then enter the Xiaoyao sect. They chased in the direction that Bai Zichi fled from. At the same time, in the courtyard where Xiaoyao sect is located, Lu Chengge is telling the story of the cowherd and the weaver girl to 2 apprentices. The 2 apprentices were mesmerized. Especially Cheng Zan, a pair of Kazilan's big eyes can't take his eyes off. Here very fascinated. Master, the Queen Mother sounds very angry. Weaver and cowherd really love each other. Why does she want to separate them? That cowherd and weaver girl shouldn't be sad. Cheng Zan said a little puzzled. Teacher, you don't understand some things. Do you know why the Queen Mother wanted to separate the cowherd and weaver girl? Lu Chengge asked. Is it because the Queen Mother doesn't like cowherd? Cheng Zan replied after thinking about it. Wrong, it's because the cowherd is very poor and can't afford a house in the city. Lu Chengge said. Ah, buy a house. Cheng Zan and Shi Rishan were puzzled. Right now, suddenly, a white shadow jumped in. This Bai Ying is naturally the desperate Bai Zichi. At this moment, Baiziki's speed is very fast. Can't stop the car at all. When Baizichi stabilized her figure, Baizichi found out. He had already come to the feet of a figure in white. When Baizichi raised her eyes to look at Lu Chang'e in front of her, Baizichi was stunned, because the man in front of him is so handsome. A white coat beats snow. The scent is unbelievable. The whole person is like walking out of the painting. If it wasn't for the heart-piercing pain coming from her body at this moment, Baizichi felt that she must be dreaming. Little cat, so cute. Chang Zan and others were stunned after a moment of stunned. Especially Lu Chang'e. He didn't expect that in this dilapidated Xiaoyao sect, such a lovely kitty came out unexpectedly. In the previous life, Lu Chang'e liked cats very much. Especially kittens. That look can really make people cute. And this one in front of me is really nice. His white fur was as pure as the white snow of the winter moon. Of course, the only fly in the ointment is that this kitten has blood on its white fur. Lu Chang'e said nothing. He directly lifted Baizichi and held it in his arms. Then under Baizichi's incredible gaze, Lu Chang'e turned Baizichi over directly. It's still a female kitten, I like it. Lu Chang'e couldn't help but say happily. Lu Chang'e thought it was boring in Xiaoyao sect. If there is an extra kitten around, it will undoubtedly add a lot of fun to life. Lu Chang'e thinks that this kind of life is very good to stroking or teasing the kitten in his spare time. The key to this kitty's feel is really nothing to say. Beautiful drops. Meow. Baizichi originally thought that Lu Chang'e turned her over and did something. The result is whether she is female or male. This made Baizichi extremely angry. It's really too much. She is the little prince of the nine-tailed civet clan. She was in the civet family, how could she have been so wronged? Really pissed off the cat for not paying for it. Hey, the milk is fierce and the milk is fierce, not bad. Lu Chang'e couldn't help laughing when he saw the kitten grinning. But at this time, dozens of figures suddenly landed here. These people look very vicious. There was a terrifying killing intent on his body. Naturally, these people were Zhu Chong and the others from the Pig Emperor's family who were chasing Baizichi. When I saw Lu Chang'e and others in front of me, Zhu Chong and the others couldn't help but be stunned. Pig Chong did not expect to be in this dilapidated location of Xiaoyao sect. There are still 3 big living people, especially the young man who was sitting in the first place, holding Baizichi at the moment. It looks really handsome. Pig Vault is really envious. If only he had such a look. Goddamn, he won't have to fight at all. You can take turns eating soft rice every day. Anyway, he is very strong. She is the rich woman with the greatest desire. After an hour of interaction, it is estimated that he is almost satisfied. But he didn't show the slightest breath. There should be no cultivation base. The pig dome was completely relaxed. Hey, there's another beautiful woman. When Zhu Chong looked at Cheng Zan in front of him, his saliva almost came out. Because Cheng Zan in front of him is indeed very handsome. The body is bulging forward and backward. It's just that a normal man will inevitably have some bad thoughts when he sees it. Not to mention the lecherous pig vault. I don't welcome you here, get out of here. Lu Chang'e couldn't help frowning when he saw the vicious appearance of these people in front of him. At this moment, Baizichi was shivering in Lu Chang'e's arms. This made Lu Chang'e confirm. These people in front of me should be here for this kitten. Lu Chang'e can be sure. The kitten I was holding might not be a normal breed. But the bloodline is very precious. If you don't want to die, then obediently give us the cat in your hand, and this woman, and you 2 men can get out of here. Pig Chong said. If you say I'm going to get out, I'm going to get out of here. Then am I too faceless? Lu Chang'e said lightly. There was a hint of playfulness in his tone. Can scare a kitten like this. This group of people is definitely not a good thing. Caring for animals is everyone's responsibility. At this moment, Lu Chang'e has decided in his heart that he will protect this kitten. Kitty, don't be afraid, with me, no one can hurt you. Lu Chang'e comforted the kitten in his hands. How dare you talk to me like that? Tell me, how do you want to die? Pig Chong was completely angry when he heard that Lu Chang'e dared to contradict him. Pig Vault is the young master of the Pig Emperor family. That is the existence above 10,000 pigs. Who would dare to disobey his words? With the Pig Dome's words falling, Pig Dome stepped forward directly. Killing intent revealed. Killed Liu Changge. Big disciple, give them a ride. Liu Changge was also angry at the provocation of Zhu Chong in front of him. If it were before, he might have succumbed. But now he is not what he used to be. Just take advantage of these guys in front of you. You can check the cultivation base of your eldest apprentice. Yes, master. Chang Zan sat up from the spot. Then no nonsense at all. Chang Zan's sword was unsheathed. A bright sword ray spread out like a bright galaxy. This sword is exactly the Chang sword technique that Chang Zan understood today. The sword protrudes like a river. Sword ray stretches endlessly. Unmatched killing intent. When this sword ray was cut out, the expressions of Zhu Chong and others changed. The pig vault felt a threat to his life at this moment. The pig's gallbladder is going to be frightened. What's the problem? How could there be such a terrifying existence in such a dilapidated sect? This is not reasonable. No, don't kill me. I'm the young master of the pig royal family. If you dare to kill me, my father and the others won't let you go. Watching Mantian's sword ray slashed towards him, Pig Dome was completely frightened. But unfortunately, the threat of the pig vault is destined to be futile. Liu Changge has already given each other a chance. But the other party was not sure. Puff, puff. When the dazzling sword ray fell down, countless bloodlights sputtered out in the air. After sword ray dissipates, the carcass of a pig lay on the ground. But some are not completely dead. But obviously it's gone. Pig essence. Liu Changge was a little surprised when he saw the people in front of him suddenly turned into pigs. The fantasy world really sucks. It's really possible for anything. It was obvious that a man was standing in front of him just now. But in an instant, they all turned into pigs again. This change is really big. Ding, report the host. They are the pig royal family, and the body is the demon pig. The host can take advantage of the heat. The system said at this time. What are you doing while it's hot? Liu Changge was a little confused. Ding, report to the host. The host can take out the demon core while it's hot. Said the system. I see. Liu Changge nodded. Then facing Shiri Heavenly Dao beside him, Ri Tian, take out their demon core. Yes, master. Shi Rishan nodded, familiar with the road. Go directly to the body of the pig dome. Rolled up his sleeves. At this moment, the pig dome has not completely died. Still out of breath, Pig Chong's heart was extremely desperate. Is he going to die? This is something that Pig Vault can't even dream of. When Zhu Chong thought like this, Shi Rishan knew his way. A hand is inserted through the lower abdomen of the pig's vault. Then not much time, a fist-sized, shining demon core was pulled out. Woo! The pig dome was twitching in pain. This kind of pain is even more unbearable than killing the pig vault. Apprentices, tonight, the master will show you how to make roast pigs for us. Suddenly, a bold idea appeared in Liu Changge's mind. Then pick up a stick by your side. Go directly to the body of the pig dome. A stick was inserted through the buttocks. All at once. The pig dome fainted from the pain. See this scene. Bai Ziqi blinked. It all felt like a dream. Saved yourself. And Save Own turned out to be such a handsome peerless handsome guy. Even handsome, she can't see through the key strength at all. The apprentice's shot just now was so terrifying. How powerful is this master? When Bai Ziqi thought so, Liu Changge had already instructed Shiri Heavenly Stems to come to life. Remove internal organs. Under the command of Liu Changge. Stone Sun Heavenly Stems is very fast. Not much time. A roast pig is ready. There is a monster in Biming. Its name is Kun. Kun is so big that it can't be stewed in one pot, and it turns into a pig. The pig is so big that it needs 2 barbecue grills, one secret and one slightly spicy. Let's have a bottle of snowflakes again, let us brave go to the end of the world. Liu Changge is busy, said aloud. The 2 apprentices were shocked. Master is worthy of being a peerless master. Not only unique on cultivation base. Even the cooking is top-notch. Not much time. 2 barbecue grills are set up. Then Shi Rishan started to turn the grill under the direction of Liu Changge. Baked up. Nothing at first. Chang Zan and Bai Ziqi watched from the side. After a while, a very seductive scent emanated from the entire courtyard. Gudong. Smell such an alluring scent. The 2 snackers Bai Ziqi and Chang Zan swallowed. A greedy look. Look at the greedy look of the kitten. Lu Chang'e shook his head involuntarily. Lu Chang'e had to sigh. Women are born foodies, and the female animals are also foodies. Wait a little longer, it'll be all right. Lu Chang'e laughed. Continue to let Shi Rishan bake. After a while, the whole surface of the roasted pig has become a layer of golden brown. Not to mention the drooling of the two foodies. Even Shi Rishan couldn't help swallowing at this moment. Well, it's cooked and ready to eat, Lu Chang'e said after seeing that the roast pig was completely golden brown. Then pick up the knife by your side. Start to cut barbecue for everyone. Kitty, you can eat it too. Lu Chang'e cut a piece of leg meat and placed it beside Bai Ziqi. Bai Ziqi originally wanted to be reserved. No, I still want to be angry. Because today this bastard turned her over to see that she is the male of the mother. Bai Ziqi is angry now that she thinks about it. But in the end it was the smell of the food that triumphed over reason. Bai Ziqi couldn't bear it any longer, and immediately ate it up. Master, it's delicious. Master, your technique is really good. Chang Zan said vaguely while eating the meat. You can't keep your mouth shut, eat slowly, there's still more. Seeing Chang Zan's gobbling look, Lu Chang'e couldn't help but didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Meow. Bai Ziqi also enjoyed eating. Bai Ziqi did not expect that the food made by this handsome and unparalleled man in front of him would be so delicious. Bai Ziqi, as the young master of the nine-tailed civet clan, has naturally eaten a lot. Those delicacies from the mountains and seas have all been eaten. But Bai Ziqi was sure. She has grown so big, and she has never really eaten something so delicious. Is it delicious? Eat more if it's delicious. Lu Chang'e looked at Bai Ziqi, who was eating pork legs, and couldn't help touching Bai Ziqi's body. After touching a handful, Lu Chang'e was a little overwhelmed. This feel soft and creamy, really good. Meow. Bai Ziqi made a resisting voice. Lu Chang'e's approach is really ecstasy. Every time Bai Ziqi felt that Lu Chang'e was touching her, a strange feeling would flow through her body. This feeling gave her a feeling she couldn't put into words. It's like electric current is scurrying around all over the body. Itchy. But she was looking forward to this feeling a little bit. Hee hee, I like your little cat more and more, I like the expression of your fierce milk. Lu Chang'e laughed. Then Lu Chang'e went on to eat roast pork. This kind of pork delivered to your door tastes really good. Since pig vault is in front of a cultivation practitioner, the meat is very chewy. The gravy was tender and crispy. Simply the best food. Master, I secretly ask you a question, that is, there are people in our side who often say that what you eat makes up for what you eat, is this true? Shi Rishan glanced at a certain part of the pig. Then used divine sense to send a message to Lu Chang'e. It's true. Lu Chang'e nodded. Master, can I eat that pig's thing? Shi Rishan said expectantly. Eat. Lu Chang'e rolled his eyes at Shiri Heavenly Dao. This kid, how can you still chirp when you eat a pig whip? Eat whatever you want. Lu Chang'e will not stop. Hee hee, thank you master. After receiving permission from Lu Chang'e, Shi Rishan came to the roast pig. Start fiddling on top of the roast pork. Watching Shi Rishan tinker with pork, Chang Zan couldn't help but said dissatisfiedly, Junior brother, this barbecue is delicious all over the body, what are you looking for? I'm looking for something I like to eat. Shi Rishan was asked by Chang Zan. He blushed involuntarily. Shi Rishan will definitely not say that he is looking for something to eat. Otherwise, it would be a loser. Not much time. Shi Rishan finally found a piece of meat as long as a finger. Greater than. After seeing this thing, Chang Zan couldn't help blushing. He spat in his mouth. Chang Zan still thought what his junior brother was doing turned out to be shameless, not wanting face anymore. But soon, the same thing was recalled in Chang Zan's mind. It's just that this pig's is compared with his master. That's simply ignorance. Chang Zan, that's your master, you are not allowed to think of your master like this. Chang Zan couldn't help shaking her head quickly. The own embarrassment was covered up in the past. Master, eat a little too. Shi Rishan said involuntarily. Cut the meat caught in front of you into many pieces. Lu Chang'e nodded. After tasting it, I couldn't help but praise. Well, yes, it tastes great. Master, I want to eat a piece too. Hearing Lu Chang'e compliment the money meat, Chang Zan couldn't help swallowing. Eat. Lu Chang'e nodded. Meow. Bai Ziqi couldn't help swallowing. That stuff is so delicious. She also wants to eat. Here, Lu Chang'e didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Soon, a big fat pig was killed like this. After eating and drinking, Lu Chang'e is holding the kitten in his arms. But it doesn't matter if you don't hold it. A hug Lu Chang'e found. Damn, eat so much. It feels a lot heavier than before. You gluttonous kitty, you have gained more than 10 pounds all of a sudden. Lu Chang'e couldn't help joking. Meow. Bai Ziqi, as a small public servant, naturally does not want others to say that she is fat. Okay, you're not fat, you're very slim. Lu Chang'e naturally understood at once looking at Bai Ziqi's cute expression. This is not to let him say fat. Little cat, you don't have a name yet, so I'll give you a name. Lu Chang'e said suddenly. Naturally, Lu Chang'e didn't know that kittens actually had names. And Bai Ziqi didn't dare to speak at this moment. Just in case, it will be bad if Lu Chang'e eats it. She now expresses panic. Because of this handsome, unremarkable guy in front of her, she couldn't see the depths and depths of it. So she didn't dare to transform into a human form. Meow. Bai Ziqi heard that Lu Chang'e was going to name herself. Involuntarily called out. Nodded. Okay, then you, just call me Bai. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe.